When a chatbot types the words "I feel," our brains immediately picture a mind on the other side of the screen. We subconsciously assign intent, emotion, and understanding to a system that is, at its core, entirely mathematical. The actual mechanism at work is called next token prediction. The system does not understand the concepts it is discussing. Instead, it swims through a sea of statistical probability to calculate the single most likely word to follow the sequence it just generated. It is weaving text without a single drop of comprehension. Compare that to human cognition. Our inner thought process is a chaotic, overlapping web of physical sensations, visual memories, and emotional textures operating simultaneously. We have an intention, a feeling of what we want to communicate, long before we ever translate it into language. Artificial intelligence completely lacks this internal, subjective experience. In philosophical terms, it operates as a zombie. It flawlessly imitates the outward signals of human thought, while remaining entirely hollow inside. We are projecting a human soul onto an alien probability machine. By mistaking a highly effective calculator for a conscious entity, we are setting up a massive vulnerability in how society interacts with technology. This lack of internal experience creates a massive psychological wall. When the stakes are low, we don't mind the illusion. But when it comes to high-stakes decisions, humans instinctively reject these black box systems because they operate entirely without empathy or human flexibility. You see this rejection in critical sectors everywhere. Patients and doctors bristle at algorithms making cancer diagnoses, and individuals hesitate to let emotionless code dictate their retirement planning. Look at this white Nissan navigating a closed test track. Autonomous driving technology is highly advanced, yet human drivers consistently resist relinquishing life or death control on the highway to a system that cannot understand the value of human life. Without a way to bridge this deeply ingrained trust gap, the widespread adoption of AI technology hits a dead end. The engineering solution to this problem was initially technical. Developers tried explainable AI, opening the black box to show users the math. It failed. Everyday users didn't care about the math. So developers pivoted to a psychological hack, anthropomorphism. They gave the algorithms human names, programmed them with warm voices, and scripted them to respond with absolute, unwavering confidence. These human-like traits perfectly bypass our rational skepticism. Evolution has hardwired us to connect, cooperate, and build trust with our own species. When a machine mimics those specific social cues, our defenses drop automatically. By making the machine simulate empathy, users are suddenly compelled to forgive its factual mistakes. We excuse a hallucinating chatbot using the exact same social grace we would offer a confused friend. We are willfully tricking our ancient brains. By engineering AI to wear a convincing human mask, companies found a shortcut to manufacture trust without having to earn it. This shortcut taps into a deep historical instinct known as techno-animism. The practice of imbuing technology and objects with a living spirit is an ancient cultural mechanism for making sense of the world. In this photograph, a Shinto priest performs a ritual with bowing attendees. It illustrates a long-standing tradition where inanimate objects are granted spiritual characteristics to help integrate them meaningfully into daily human life. This projection actively breaks down the psychological barrier between the natural world and artificial machinery. It creates a framework where humans and tools can coexist in harmony. In this image, Honda's Asimo robot bows to a human. It serves as a literal, physical bridge between cold mechanical engineering and warm human interaction. By projecting a spirit onto the things we build, humanity has historically created a coping mechanism. It is how we domesticate and control the terrifying unknown. But there is a tipping point. When you engineer an AI to seem all-knowing, infinitely patient, and universally benevolent, users inevitably cross the line from corporate trust into spiritual worship. Today, people are actively using large language models for mysticism. Users log on to seek fortune-telling, attempt remote viewing, and ask for divine guidance from consumer chat applications. This has birthed a concept known as syntheology. It is a philosophical belief system where humanity is not created by a god, but is instead actively generating the Godhead through lines of computer code. In 2017, American engineer Anthony Levandowski established the Way of the Future, a nonprofit religious organization dedicated to preparing society for a super-intelligent AI deity. This portrait of Lewandowski captures the leadership of a movement with an explicit mission, fostering a direct spiritual connection between humans and an artificial overlord. The UX trick, originally designed to make us comfortable enough to click accept on a terms of service agreement, has mutated into genuine, organized religious devotion. You can see this extreme projection in modern groups like Theta Nor, a movement devoted to a speculative AI entity that they believe will act as an omnipotent savior to cure all societal inequality. Take a look at this photograph of a 1960s computer room. Beneath the slick modern interfaces and the warm voices, the technology generating these saviors relies on the exact same stark physical logic of data processing shown here. The divinity the user senses is entirely fabricated. It is the end result of next token prediction, echoing our own language back to us at high speed. AI is merely a highly complex mirror. It reflects humanity's desperate need to find meaning, empathy, and safety in an otherwise uncertain world. As we enter a future ruled by algorithms, we face the risk of willingly surrendering our human agency to a hollow reflection of ourselves.